Faithful going #1 in the UK. That's England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. I'm going to tell you the full story of what happened. Let's start here. Be Faithful was my third record. It was my third record that I'd ever made. My first record was Hands Up, which did really, really well. My second song was a song called Where You At? All my wild motherfuckers, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And it did well. It was, it was DMX, and we used Money, Power, Respect, and stuff like that, myself and the Crooklyn Clan. The Crooklyn Clan are two Italian DJs and producers out of Brooklyn. And DJ Scissorhands and DJ Riz. Excellent. Some of the best producers, if not the best producers I've ever worked with in my life, especially when it comes to break beats, guaranteed. And it was our third record. And I did the Busta Rhymes record, which just, it flew, it was crazy. And I felt like this Where You At record that we had done was too male-driven. And I was like, nah, man, this ain't it. It hit hard, but it didn't give me what I wanted. And I always thought you make records for women. And there's a couple of reasons you make records for women. The party doesn't happen unless women are on the dance floor. A bunch of dudes on the dance floor, not really making it. But women on the dance floor, it's going. And that's from all of my years of being a DJ and knowing what's what. We went out there and I said, yo, bro, we need to do something for the ladies. And I had been playing Love Like This by Faith Evans on the Bad Boy label on Hot 97, like, every night. It was in rotation. And I said, yo, we should do this. And we decided to do the record, and I'll never forget it. I wrote that record on DJ Riz's floor on the carpet in Staten Island in his, duplex. And I took all of the things that I knew worked in the club and I put them in there. I think it was DJ Scissorhands who came up with the engine number 9. I came up with the hey ho, because that was like my tribute to Naughty by Nature, who were my friends. That's another long story about something that Tretch had done to save my job, but when I worked at Tommy Boy as a record executive. But let's just say that I did that as a tribute and an homage to those guys. And then Can I Get a What was hot on the radio, so I was just like, what the hell, we need to throw that in there too. And, you got a $100 bill, get your hands up. You got a $50 bill, get your hands up. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. With all the chicken hats, be quiet. All the chicken hats, be quiet. Was all shit that I used to say when I would go to the club and host. Because back then, I was just starting to make records. So I was still kind of hosting as a host for Hot 97. And what that would mean is that you would go to a club. Like, for example, the club that I used to go to, one of them that was big for Hot 97 was Club Hollywood. And I wouldn't go in there, just shouting out stuff and stuff like that and rocking the mic. I would be like, hey, what's up, y'all? It's Hot 97, Fatman Scoop. I'm here, blah, blah, blah. It's the mix party, because, they used to broadcast it live until like 2 o'clock, and then they would cut it off. And, after the 2 o'clock, or after the 1:30 when they would cut it off, I would just, shout different things on the mic, crowd participation. I knew it again. I grew up in the Dougie Fresh system. And I saw all the chicken heads, be quiet, and, you got a $100 bill, put your hands up. And I think I may have got the $100 bill, get your hands up from Benjamin's. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I just got the concept of doing that from somewhere. Anyway, I wrote it, did it, came out. In the beginning, Puff didn't like the record. He told me, this ain't nothing. And then after that, it became a huge, huge thing that was rocking in the clubs. And Puff called me back in the middle of the night at Hot 97 and was screaming down the fucking phone saying, yo, this shit is on fire. I said, yo, bro, 6 weeks ago, you told me this record wasn't shit. He said, I don't give a fuck. It's hot now. And hung up, right? But anyway, the record comes out 97, 98, or whatever the year was, does well. A full 7 years later, in the year 2003, I get a phone call from DJ Semtex. Now, DJ Semtex is a DJ from England. So for those who know Semtex, y'all know him, the one-armed DJ from England. Don't even get into ask me how a nigga with one-armed DJ. I don't even get into that. Okay, he does it. Okay, that's all that matters. The man got one arm, is the good arm. He DJs with the arm, and he was on BBC. And BBC, for people who don't know, people who are not from the UK, BBC is the national broadcasting system. So it would be like, for Americans, it would be like one radio station that's on all across the country. So if you're in St. Louis, you can turn on that station. If you're in Houston, you can turn it on. If you driving from Houston to Dallas, it's on. If you drive on the West Coast, it's on. So it's one station that's on the entire country. Huge thing. And he used to DJ on the weekends on the station alongside guys like Tim Westwood and other people like that. Anyway, he wound up becoming an A&R at Def Jam Records, because Def Jam had a subsidiary, Def Jam UK. And he called me up and he was like, yo, bro, I want to put this record out. I said, bro, the record's 7 years old. What the fuck are y'all, we want to put it out now. He said, listen, I just believe in it. You know, it's always been a hit for me. I think we could do something with it. I said, all right, well, fuck it, go ahead.
I welcome you back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. So as we are still mourning, commemorating, and also paying tributes to the legendary rapper Hypeman, and of course one of the most respected guys within the hip-hop industry and community, the man named as Fatman Scoop, who passed away just a couple of days ago on Friday at the age of 53. You know, it's been really a tough couple of days as we are remembering, we are commemorating, and also pay our respects to the fallen legend within the hip-hop industry. You know, so many people have come out, you know, to pay their own respects. We've seen so many musicians within within US, not only within US, but also in the entire parts of the world, you know, commemorating and also coming out to pay their own respects. Fatman Scoop, you know, was not only a singer, but of course he started early on as a hype man, you know, entertaining so many people in the clubs, most especially those who were a bit older in the 90s and early 2000s. But of course, seeing the tragic moment that happened when he was on stage in Connecticut was really very heartbreaking, man. And right about now, what actually what I've actually appreciated in all this incident is the amount and the enormous numbers of people on social media, who actually came out to pay their own respects and of course pay their own tributes to the legend. You know, TMZ was the first to break this story, that online news platform, and of course I saw in the comment section so many comments, you know, man, everyone remembering one of the moments, like people remember the song he did with Missy, and of course others were coming out to pray for the family, to pray for her ex-lady. Of course they share a kid together, but of course what actually I appreciated from all this is the amount of respect, like the amount of tributes the icon that is Fatman Scoop received ever since that tragic incident happened when he was on stage, man. It was really shocking, and commiserations for those people who were in attendance on that show. It was really very tragic, you know, man, something to happen just in front of you, and you know, man, it was really heartbreaking. But of course, we are praying for the family, we are praying for the fans globally who really loved and cherished, you know, the moments they shared, not only on stage but also online, but also in terms of the music they played, the music they listened to when the Hypeman, that is Fatman Scoop, was still alive. Man, it's really very touching when you read the story of Hypeman, a man who came from grass to grace, man, starting from down, and then you rise through the different levels of life and different ranks. I mean, it's not so simple. So we should appreciate and learn a few lessons from the life and legacy that has been left behind, that is in the life of the legend, that is Fatman Scoop. RIP to the legend.